Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video on some recent Target bin finds I found. So this is actually 4 different Target trips because I kept not finding enough to make a full video on, and I knew I was going to be traveling out of state for Christmas, so I wanted to wait so I could go to a few Targets there and find more stuff. So these are all the finds I found in like a span of a month, about a month now. So we're gonna get into this. So I'll just show you, these 2 were one trip. This, and then these 3 were all one trip. That was the one I found out of state. These 2 were another trip. And then no, that was a part of the trip I took. So, these 2 and this one were another trip. Now, with those 3 that I just showed you, I also found that Moto G first generation and Moto E2. Now, I don't have the clip of that anymore. I made a clip to actually show you guys the phones while they were working and before I drop test them. But basically, they were just a plain old Moto G first generation, Moto E2. But they had bloated batteries on both of them, causing them to the batteries are bloating, causing the touchscreen not to work. So that's why I drop tested those in that last video I made. Looking through it, it looked like they were owned by some old people. So I have a feeling they were just left plugged in constantly. So that's probably why that doesn't work. Anyway, we're just going to get into the finds I have now. I have them assorted from worst to best, in my opinion. You guys may have differing opinions, but we're going to get into this anyway. So starting off with the first phone, this is a Htc Droid Incredible, I think. This phone works, kind of. It's just extremely glitchy, and the touchscreen doesn't really work. Battery's dead right now. I literally just threw this in a drawer when I found it, along with this one. This is a Galaxy S5. It does have a battery. These 2 phones actually came in a bag, and in that bag came a few batteries, so I'll be keeping the batteries just for spares in case I need them for a phone. But yeah, this S5, it's in really bad condition. It has a cracked camera lens. The AMOLED is absolutely destroyed. The screen does not work. I've tested it. It just vibrated. It'll probably turn on fully, but I'm actually going to take out the battery. But yeah, the screen on this thing is shot. So I'll probably just be smashing this in my free time at some point. It's not worth saving, obviously. It's just an S5, and I already have 3 of these. And the screen's cracked there too, and delaminated, and the AMOLED. You can probably see that hairline crack. So, moving on. This is an iPhone 4. Oh, wow. Oh. Well, that's new. So I plugged this phone in to charge it a few days ago, and apparently the battery has since started bloating because you can see the back cover is sticking up. So I'll need to remove that battery, but this phone is iCloud locked. It's also cracked there and there. You can't really see it, but the back is extremely scratched up. The power button also doesn't work, so I'm probably not even going to be able to show you that it works. Let me do this. I have a charger right here anyway. I shouldn't even be plugging this in with how bloated that battery is. Yeah, it works. It's just iCloud locked, so that's probably also going to get smashed. Or I might keep the screen, but I'm taking that battery out of it immediately. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to move this out of the way so I can get to this one because it has to stay plugged in. This is an iPhone 3G. It is an 8 gigabyte. Oh, it is still on. The battery in this phone is really bad. I had to leave it just sitting on the charger for like a few hours to get it to even turn on, and even then it starts boot looping sometimes, so I don't want to keep this on too long. I want to get the battery charging. But yeah, it's an 8 gigabyte on 4.2.1, obviously AT&T. They were all AT&T. Yeah, 4.2.1 AT&T. It doesn't have a SIM card tray, but that doesn't really matter. I just won't reset it, because then it'll require a SIM card for the setup. Moving on, this is a iPod Touch, 2nd generation, 16 gigabyte. This one is also on iOS 4.1.2. I think this was the weird one where it was a 3rd generation, but the, what was it? No, that was the 8 gigabyte. The 8 gigabyte 3rd gen was actually just a rebranded 2nd gen, funnily enough. Or maybe that was the 16. I don't really know. But yeah, this is a 2nd gen. It works fully. It wasn't reset when I got it, but it didn't have a passcode, so I just reset it. This one isn't even reset. It just didn't have a passcode. I'm pretty sure I found them in the same bin, along with that one. Yeah, 4.2.1, 16 gig. I'll just shut that down. Okay, moving on. Oh, I can actually flip that over because I already went through that one. Okay, moving on. This is an iPhone 3GS. It is a 8 gigabyte. This one is running iOS 6.1.6 or 3. I think it was 0.6. This one works perfectly fine. It just has a broken home button. But if we go into settings, I'll show you. 8 gigabyte on 6.1.6. Yeah, the home button doesn't work, unfortunately, but I don't care. I just wanted another working 3GS, and I got 2 of them. I think the battery is bloating on this thing slightly because the back cover's cracked, but that's a common problem with all the 3Gs and 3GSs. As long as it doesn't affect anything, I don't really care. Moving on, this is a Samsung Galaxy Stardust. This is a track phone model. It works perfectly fine. This is just going to go in the bin of, like, it's the void for my phones. The really old ones go in just like this, like, plastic bin that I don't touch. But I keep the cool ones, or the ones I like at least. But this one's running Android 4.3. I believe this is a 4 gigabyte device. Oh no, it's an 8 gigabyte. Cool. I thought these were all 4 gigabytes. But yeah, it works. Nothing wrong with it. It was reset when I found it. Power button's a little weird, but that just might be the phone. Moving on, this is another iPhone 3GS. This one is also an 8 gigabyte, but this one's actually pretty special. Because you notice, it looks like it's on older software, and it is indeed on older software. This phone is running iOS 4.3.3. It is also an 8 gigabyte, just like the other one, on AT&T, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty cool, honestly, that it's on iOS 4.3.3. I'll obviously leave it on that, because I'm not going to be using the phone anyway, so why would I update it? I only update phones that I'm actually going to be using. Or, like, still usable iPhones. So, yeah. Moving on. This is a Tcl Lx. This phone is cracked, kind of bad. Or, really not. It's just a few hairlines. But it's a pretty crappy phone. The battery's dead, too. Charging port's also very iffy. So, this phone's probably just going to sit in a drawer forever. I have no use for this phone. These phones are bad, brand new out of the box. They're extremely slow. I've had 2 of them. But, yeah, it works. It wasn't reset when I found it, but I had no passcode, so I just went into the settings and did it. Moving on, this is a Moto E2. This one also came with those 2 other ones. I found 3 Moto E2s that day. This one is just standard one running Android 5. I believe it's on... What carrier? Republic? Yeah, see, it's dead. But I think it's on Republic Wireless, something like that. Oh, no, Consumer Cellular. Yeah, but this phone works. It's an 8 gigabyte running Android 5.1. Nothing wrong with it. And I am trying to sell this phone. I don't need 2 of them. And this one's even better. This one is another 8 gigabyte, but I did custom ROM this one because it was the best condition. This one is running the AOSP ROM. I forget what version of Android it is. It's basically the Android open source project. This one is running Android 7. And it's pretty snappy with this ROM on it. So, yeah, I really like it. It's a nice little phone. Moving on, we're getting into the better stuff, kind of. This is an iPhone 5 in slate. It is in very good condition, just a little bit of wear down there, and a little bit at the top, but that's not bad. It is running iOS 10.3.4, I believe. It is a 16 gigabyte. I haven't even added an iCloud account to it. This phone was also reset when I found it. Yep, 10.3.3. It's an it's actually a Verizon phone. I just put an AT&T SIM card in here. But yeah, it works perfectly fine. The battery's a little iffy, but yeah, it still works. And it was reset when I found it. So obviously half of my off. This is an Alcatel Kona, I think. Something like that. It has a really nice blue back cover though. But this is a consumer cellular device. It is an 8 gigabyte running Android 7. I'm also trying to sell this phone because it's very crappy. Snapdragon 210. It's not a good phone, but it looks cool with the blue back. I just don't want it. So I'm trying to sell it, and if it doesn't sell, it'll just sit in a drawer. I've had it listed on Mercari for like $18 for a while. So, if someone buys it, they buy it. If they don't, whatever. This is an iPhone SE first generation. This one is on iOS 11. And I know that because this phone is actually iCloud locked for starters. It's a 16 gig on AT&T. Yeah, it's iCloud locked. It had someone's information on it when I found it, but no passcode. Unfortunately, there was no passcode or anything in the notes or a password with the iCloud account. There were passwords, but I tried every single passcode I could. I did contact the owner to see if they'll remove the iCloud, but for now it is iCloud locked. It'll be a good parts phone, however, because it's in really good condition. It's pretty much mint. But yeah, so maybe they'll get back to me, maybe they won't. But I tried to add a passcode to it and then reset it and see if the passcode option to bypass the iCloud would come up, but it didn't, unfortunately. But it was going to be iCloud locked either way, so it's really not that big of a loss. But still in very nice condition. Hopefully I can get the iCloud account removed. It is on iOS 11, so there's a chance I could, but we'll have to see. Moving on, this is a... It's yelling at me. This is a Moto G3. This phone is an 8GB in black on Consumer Cellular. I just got done custom ROMing this device. This is also on AOSP, but this is, or the Android Open Source Project ROM, but this is running Android 8.1. See, you can see AOSP, or that's for the keyboard, but that's the ROM's name. But yeah, this phone works perfectly fine. I think the battery's bloating a little bit because you can see it right there. I'm barely pressing on the screen, but whatever. As long as the screen doesn't pop out on this phone, I don't really care. But I have yet to set this one up. I'll do that later. But yeah. Moving on, this is actually a rarity. This is an LG G2. This phone is on Sprint. And you know why it's rare? The touchscreen actually works. Fully. Which is really rare for a G2. They either boot loop, which isn't really that common on these phones, but they either boot loop or the touchscreen doesn't work. And this one looks like it had a replaced screen at some point because there's no LG logo on the bottom, and I believe these phones had that. But either way, this phone works perfectly fine. It's running Android 5. It is a 32GB, and I really like this phone. Yep, Android 5.0.2. So I'm very glad to have a working one of these phones. I've always wanted one. A friend's dad of mine had one at one point, and it just looks like the coolest phone, like with the light up power button and stuff. So I always wanted one, and now I have one. So yeah, this phone is definitely staying with me, because it's a rarity to find a working one. But yeah, this one is on Sprint. And when I found it, it wasn't reset. This wasn't either, but this one didn't have a passcode, so I was just able to reset it. Same with this one. Moving on, this is a Samsung Galaxy A32. You may think the screen doesn't work with how shattered it is, but it does. This phone does work fine, however, it is Google locked. And I've tried the same bypass for 2 days now, and it won't work. I cannot get it to work. I don't know why. I'm probably going to keep trying, but if I can't, I'm probably going to sell this phone because this is actually a really nice phone, 128GB. This one's an AT&T one, so it's probably unlockable. And it has a 90Hz screen, which I didn't realize. So, yeah, I'm going to try to sell this thing if I can't bypass it, because I could probably get a good amount of money for it, even in its condition. But, yeah, it's still a really cool phone, so if I can bypass it, I will be getting a new screen for it. But if not, it'll get sold. Moving on to the last two, which are the best phones here. This is a Moto G5s Plus. It is a 32GB running Android 8. This phone, I believe, this phone's on Republic Wireless, which I didn't even realize Motorola made phones this new on that carrier. I didn't know that carrier still exists. But as you can see, Android 8.1. This is actually a really nice phone. The battery on it is kind of iffy, but I believe it was reset when I found it. Yeah, it definitely was, but it works perfectly fine, no issues at all, and yeah, I really like this phone. I've wanted a Moto G5 for a while, so I got the even better model, because it has the dual cameras and a slightly better design. So yeah, I'm very happy with this phone. And now, moving on to the best phone, and I seriously cannot believe I found this. This is a Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. And you may see it's in really good condition on the back, and you may be thinking, oh, it's probably cracked on the front. The screen is in mint condition. You may be thinking, oh, it's stolen. It has a bad ESN. No. I checked the ESN. It is clean. You may be thinking, oh, it's Google locked. Can't bypass it. I found a working S20 Plus in Target. This phone is barely a year old. I seriously don't know how I pulled this out of a Target bin, but it works perfectly fine. It is a 128 gigabyte AT&T unlocked. It is running Android 11. I'm trying not to show the IMEI. Yeah, Android 11. You can see it's on my account, so it's obviously my phone. This is my new secondary device. This is my new secondary phone. Because it replaced my OnePlus 6T, which frankly I was going to replace anyway, but this phone is in such good condition. I seriously don't know how I pulled this out of a Target bin, but I am very happy. This phone is a great phone, 120Hz screen, Snapdragon 865, 10 gigabytes of RAM. This is the Plus model as stated. So it also has 120 gigabytes of storage. It was used a fair amount, 213 charge cycles for about a year-old phone. That's, it's been used a reasonable amount, but either way, this phone is in perfect condition. There's only light scuffing right up there on that bezel. I bought an OtterBox case for it because it was the only one I could find at Walmart. I'll put it on real quick because I'm going to be using this phone after this video. So it's an OtterBox Defender XT, I think it's called, or maybe it's just Defender. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, working S20 Plus. When I got this thing, I was like screaming because I did not expect to find a phone this good in a Target bin. My best find before this was the Galaxy S10e I found when I took that trip with Jake Carroll. But an S20 Plus, when it's only a year old in mint condition, no. That S10e has its issues. I still have that phone. I plan on keeping that phone. But honestly, now that I found this, I might sell it. So check out my Mercari if you guys are interested, and it might be posted there. I will show you guys my Mercari again, just to also show this phone works fully in a minute. I unlocked this phone from AT&T when I got it. I got it connected to Wi-Fi. And I used a Verizon SIM card in it. It works perfectly fine on all carriers. So I'll just promote my Mercari again. Yeah, so here's my Mercari if you guys are interested in checking it out, seeing what I have listed. I don't know why I just got the same notification twice, but yeah, I have a few things for sale. Yeah, just 3 things right now, but if you guys are interested in any of them, message me on there and maybe I'll be able to work out a deal for you because some of the phones, they are not set prices. So yeah. So that is this video of Target bin finds. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I sure did finding these phones, especially that one. So if you did, be sure to like and subscribe. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers already, which is insane. Thank you guys for 1.7K. Don't know how that happened, but yeah, we're almost at 2,000. So if you guys want to help me reach my goal, that would be amazing. And I thank every one of you for watching this video and watching my channel. And I hope you guys have a good one.